Why is the crypto market down $76 billion overnight? I want to get into that all in today's episode, along with why DeFi pioneer quits. Andre Cronje has thrown in the towel. He's gone out of DeFi. How you can still make money in crypto. I'm going to get into a step-by-step, really simple process on how you can still make money in a bear market at the end of this episode, so stick with us. Why ADA, Cardano whales, are scooping up all Cardano now. Will we see Cardano increase over the next few months? And Immutable X raises $200 million at a $3 billion plus valuation. Why? All of that in today's episode. If you like the Daily Crypto, please follow Collective Shift, give us a subscribe and comment below. Let's get into it. DeFi pioneer Andre Cronje, a prolific crypto developer, is leaving the DeFi space once again with his co-developer Anton Neal. Both have leaving behind 20 plus projects, including popular apps on the Phantom network and Earn Finance. Andre and I have decided that we are closing the chapter of contributing to the DeFi crypto space. There are around 25 apps and services that they are terminating as of a month away. Now, these are the apps. So some of the top ones are the 25 apps and services. Earn Finance, Keeper Network, Chainlist, Solidity, and Multichain. Now, according to Neil, unlike previous building in DeFi sucks rage quits, he has quit the DeFi space before. This isn't a knee-jerk reaction to the hate received from releasing a project, but a decision that is coming for a while now. Now, a lot of these projects have seen a pretty big drop over the last 24 hours. Phantom, one of the biggest, down 13%. Earn Finance down 6%, and Solidity reduced by 67%. There's a tweet that you can go check that out. So that really sucks that Andre is moving on. Please check out those assets. Those projects, from what I know, some of the bigger projects have still got teams, are still running, but please go over and check that out if you haven't already. And a lot of these layer one protocols, as we mentioned, Phantom, Solana, have all really dropped over the last 24 hours, with the markets down 76%. Terra, Cosmos, Near, all down about 5%, following the news of Andre Cronje. So I think that's going to take a pretty big hit to the DeFi space. I'm still very bullish about DeFi. I think, as we've seen, DeFi has been hit really hard. Most projects down 60-70% over the last few months. I think some of the builders are potentially moving on to newer and better things, but I still think DeFi has a long future ahead, in my opinion. But as we know, 95% of these projects are probably going to go to zero. So it's about picking the best ones and spreading your assets and seeds across the assets that you think are going to win. So what are layer one networks, by the way? So layer one networks are basically, if you can think about like the app store, layer one is the app store, and then you can build projects on top of layer one. So the biggest layer one solutions are Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then you've got some other layer ones that are trying to compete with some of the bigger projects. Now, fear and greed index, we are really in the extreme fear stage, 21. If you're new to crypto, this is probably hurting a lot. If you've been around for a little while, you're an OG, you've been through bear markets, this is just another day in crypto, and you're certainly not panicking. There's a lot happening. Why is crypto down right now? I just think there's a lot of uncertainty. I think from what we've seen in the macro landscape, with the war that's going on, there's just complete uncertainty. And from what we're seeing in the macro environment, on-chain data, from what we've seen, I spoke about this a little while ago, seemed to be bullish, but that seems to be, in a bit of a state of no one really knows at this stage. So I think, as Checkmate mentions here, if you would think that the fear index is in extreme maximum fear, you'd think people would be leaving in droves. But what we're actually seeing is the long-term holders still are not spending a single Satoshi. As we looked at the on-chain analysis for Checkmate on Saturday, the long-term holders haven't changed. Short-term holders continue to be drying up. They continue to be selling, but there's not too many of the short-term holders still to go. But I think, as Checkmate sort of lines out, we need to have a plan. So what is your plan depending on the next 2 or 3 months? What are you going to do if Bitcoin goes to 30,000? What are you going to do if we break up to 45,000? Are you going to think that you didn't buy enough? Is this maximum fear now and you're going to be disappointed if you didn't buy more? Or what if we break down to 30,000? Are you going to be buying more then? Having a plan can really help. And we've got some good content. You can jump over and check out Checkmate on our platform. The other thing that's going on as well, so Biden, this crypto executive order, apparently is coming this week. I think this has been coming for ages now. I personally don't care too much about this sort of stuff. I think it in one way, shape or form, it all sort of comes out in the wash. And, over the long term, I don't really give a shit, to be fair. This has been a long-awaited executive order related to cryptocurrency regulations. It just goes on and on. The executive order will reportedly help coordinate the role of agencies such as Securities and Exchange Commission and Commodities Future Trading Commission on cryptocurrency. Honestly, I still think they have no idea what they're doing, and this has just been coming for a long time. So, again, I think the war that's going on right now has probably promoted and just pressed a few things from the regulatory side with sanctions and laws coming down on crypto exchanges. As someone posted here on Reddit, again, they think it's just, another non-event. Nothing really fundamentally is going to change with crypto. There won't be any changes to crypto after the order is signed, and those changes are at least 6 months away and probably closer to 2 years. I don't pay too much attention to this sort of stuff, to be honest. Bitcoin won't change, in my opinion, regardless of what the US will come out and say. NFT market, hopefully bound for a correction. So we've actually seen the NFT search volume drop as much as 58% in February from January, according to Google Trends. So it's a pretty big drop off. But like any market back in, altcoin season, things like that, you have these really hyped up cycles, and then you have just extended on the downside. And that, the money grab projects, the shitty projects will come in and they have to bleed out. It's just the nature of any healthy market. We were in a bit of a bubble recently, very frothy market, and I think that was a little bit disconnected from reality. But I think this is healthy. Over the long term, the longer term projects will continue to be sustainable, will continue to put out good announcements. And if the projects you're invested in are continuing to build through the bear market, well, that's a good investment in my opinion. If you bought into something that was hyped up, there's a lot of community, a lot of hype, and now that the bear market's gone and the price is gone and the founders are nowhere to be seen and the team's nowhere to be seen, well, then that's probably something to be concerned of, because it's probably a little bit more of a cash grab. So this is just a healthy cycle. Those projects, those 95 projects that we think they're going to fail, will fail, and they'll run out of money, or they'll go and do something new. And, unfortunately, people will be burned in that process, but that's how market cycles work. It's how the internet bubble worked. It's, things get completely blown out of proportion, and then things die, and then the Amazons and the Apples of the world remain. And that's what we'll see in the NFT space, in my opinion, as well. Same in the macro crypto space as well. Crypto donations to Ukraine crossed $83 million, led by Ethereum and Bitcoin. It's absolutely unbelievable. Really, really amazing stuff. I think I heard somewhere that the biggest donation outside of crypto, I can't remember exactly what it was, but outside of crypto, the biggest donation ever was, I think, somewhere around 40 or 30 million. So nearly doubled that through the ability of crypto, which is that permissionless, trusted, anyone can use it in the world, anyone can donate, and that's exactly what crypto was built for. So yeah, that's really cool. Coinbase has joined in to the blocking of crypto addresses, blocking over 25,000 addresses linked to illicit Russian activity. That it thinks it was associated with illicit activity. We saw Binance come out recently and say they weren't going to ban accounts, but Coinbase have jumped on the banning of accounts. Obviously, I don't agree with what Russia are doing. In terms of my opinion on blocking crypto addresses, I fundamentally don't think that's what crypto was built for. It's built for being your own bank, being able to do what you want with your crypto, and not having any government body or company being able to regulate or shut down accounts. Regardless of what's going on in the macro world, that's just my personal opinion on crypto. But I completely understand why Coinbase have turned to these sanctions and shut down some of those Russian individuals. Now, and fellow Aussie startup, Immutable, raising at a $2.5 billion valuation, another $200 million raise. So really awesome stuff. It is the latest crypto unicorn after its Series C raise, and Immutable X are basically building layer 2 solutions. So it's designed for, they're really focusing on games and NFTs. You would have noticed VFriends recently was built, the book games was built on VFriends was built on Immutable X. And yeah, guys are really going leaps and bounds. So really exciting stuff there. You can check out our Immutable X analysis over at collectiveshift.io. It is up 55% over the last 24 hours. And you can see on our assets page, our bullish and bearish take. You can sign up for a free trial and read why we are, or you can just pause the video because I've just shared the screen, but you can check out our bullish and bearish take on over 40 assets now on our assets page. So you can jump over there if you want our opinion and take on those assets. Cardano hits a record record high. Large investors, the whales, have boosted their coin stash by more than 40% this year. And these whales are just bargain hunting Cardano. Are you bullish on Cardano? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you're holding and why you think Cardano will be a good investment over the next 12, 24 months. I personally am not an investor, but would love to hear why you guys are investing there. Shake Shack. We don't have this in Australia, but I have heard this is pretty big in the US. So crypto and Bitcoin payments are coming to the fast food industry. So Shake Shack have announced they will be accepting crypto through fast food. Maybe we'll see Bitcoin being accepted for a Big Mac soon. I'm a big fan of a bacon egg McMuffin meal on a weekend, so maybe we'll be able to buy Bitcoin on Macca's payments. Now, as promised, at the end, we were going to talk about how to make money in crypto while the market is down, and we can do that via staking. Now, staking is when you commit or delegate your crypto to help confirm transactions on a blockchain. So not all cryptos can be staked. Some crypto assets allow it, some don't. But staking your crypto can help the network run and also earn you a yield. And this yield is predominantly in the token that you're staking on, and you can earn a lot more than it is sitting in the bank. So some of the biggest players in the space are Binance, Coinbase, Kraken. You can do this on centralized platforms. You can do this a little bit easier on the centralized platforms. You can do it via DeFi. A little bit more risky. You can earn more yield by doing it directly on DeFi, but some of the centralized platforms do have some cool little features. So our analyst take here, Nick, is that Binance, we think, is the most convenient all-in-one option, followed by Kraken and Coinbase for beginner-friendly options, and those that want minimal fuss in staking. And you can earn quite a clip and yield on some of these staking platforms. So you can jump over to our resource here. You can go to collectiveshift.io and search staking, or go to resources. We've got a free staking resource here. You can check it all out. Just be careful if you're looking at staking and there's earning really high APYs, the yields. Some of them, again, are too good to be true and can be a little bit risky. Most of the higher yields, 20% plus, could be a bit of a red flag, as most legitimate crypto assets don't offer that APY as high. So just be careful when you're jumping into some of those super risky yield and staking platforms. And finally, to finish off, if you want our top 5 crypto assets that we think are worth holding over the next 3 to 5 years, you can jump over to topcryptotips.co, and we have our top 5 crypto projects that we think are good investments over the next 3 to 5 years. You can get that absolutely free, and you can we'll send that directly over your inbox. That's all for me from now. That is why crypto is down. Hopefully things will return. I continue to be bullish on crypto and Bitcoin in the short term and long term. We may see a bit of price volatility with everything that's going on in the macro landscape. Who knows what's going to happen? I'm certainly not selling my Bitcoin. That is all from me. Please like and subscribe. Give me a comment on what you think of these daily videos, and I'll be back again tomorrow. Thanks. Bye for now.